What's going on to you, Aquarius? So you have the King of Wands, Page of Swords, and then you have the Magician. So interesting. Um, Regardless of whether or not you're in a relationship is irrelevant, you want to be able to have basically a very streamlined way for what you want to do to get to accomplish what it is that you want to do, right? So those 2 points, what you want to do and then actually going and accomplishing what you want to do. So there's a lot of problem solving. There's a lot of you, Aquarius, thinking of some things, right? Thinking of something and thinking about of an opportunity. Maybe you already have the opportunity, but you want to do something, right? Some new project, something that you are thinking of that you want to do, and you want to actually do it. So there's a sense of you, Aquarius, basically not like, just how do I say this? Like being prepared for the nonsense and trying to get out ahead in front of it. Some of you may even let go of certain people because you may see them as them being something that could potentially be in the way of getting to where you want to go. And so the Magician is that nothing is going to stop you from accomplishing you, Aquarius's goals in the first place. And so now the Queen of Wands and the Scorpio energy here, these 2 cards here, is also about how, like, you also understand that there has to be a lot of discipline because, well, 2 things. Has to be discipline because you don't want to get in your own way, right? You got to jump through extra hoops to get to where you want to go from where you are because you're in your own way. And then that's the first one. And then the second one is this also represents like you see what you're doing as proactive. So you're actually getting out ahead in front of situations that would stop you, Aquarius, from actually getting to where it is that you want to go. So yeah, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So the situation for you, Aquarius, as well, is that you have the 6 of Wands here. And so the 6 of Wands is usually about getting over situations that bring adversity, right? Or adverse situations, being victorious, right? Over adverse situations where you got to deal with adversity. And then you have the Star card, which is you, Aquarius. And the Star card is a very good card to have because remember, the 11th house, which is where Aquarius naturally is in and inhabits and rules over, the 11th house rules over long-term plans happening, long-term dreams happening, things that you've wanted for a very long time to actually happen and really and legitimately start happening and actually accomplishing it. And so the situation for you is that, like I said before, this is what from the very beginning, you, Aquarius, were trying to essentially get on the fast track to. And you are on the fast track because, yeah, you know, excommunicate anything that is in the way that would stop you from getting to where you want to go, honestly, Aquarius, when you do that, a lot of people are going to think, you done gone fool. But what it is once again, Aquarius, nothing stands in the way of progress. And you have to be the one to be in control of how that happens. Otherwise, your higher self will cause unpredictable situations, right? For those things that may have actually been in the way to be lost anyway. So you can either get out ahead in front of it or other wild, goofy stuff will happen, right? And so the situation is that my suggestion is you're already doing it. You Aquarius are getting out ahead in front of the goofy nonsense by excommunicating people, right? Doing spring cleaning, right? Throwing out things that you don't need around the place that you don't need that attach you to this particular mode that doesn't help you grow, right? Same thing like as I said before. I excommunicate anything basically or anyone that does not help me grow, that isn't conducive for me to grow, right? And so again, this is part of the reason why people play like I developed a reputation or whatever, like for like excommunicating people. Yeah, because if a person is standing still and they're only going to stand still forever, right? I want to continue to grow. There's still some things about myself that I would like to do. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not going to stop trying to get better, right? I'm a Virgo, right? I deal with self-improvement, literally. And so the thing is that what I'm trying to say here for you is the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands, what can be said about this Nine of Wands? It's really about like how, you Aquarius feel like you're also doing yourself not just a favor, but it's been long overdue that you Aquarius actually look out for yourself for once. And so it's this sense of, here you Aquarius go, you try to look out for so many other people, but, in times of need, when things become turbulent, what happens to you Aquarius? People don't look out for you, right? And then you don't even necessarily ask them for a whole lot. And so the Four of Cups here and the Seven of Swords represent a lot of you Aquarius are just understanding that, no more being in a place of kind of adversity in the sense of, well, of course, you're going to always deal with adversity, but I mean no more being caught off guard by this one particular situation. A lot of you Aquarius are addressing the situation and getting out ahead in front of it so that you do not have to deal with the same kind of situation that you've dealt with before, right? So a lot of you are learning from your mistakes, You have the Six of Swords. If you see orbs pop up in the video, this is why a lot of people think I'm delusional. I did not think about the orbs. It was only until you, my loyal subscribers, brought that to my attention. I thought those orbs were originally dust. So if you see some orbs popping up in the video, for any of the newcomers or for any of the people who may have watched me for a little while or they just find me and they don't know what's happening, those are spirits. See, but when I say this stuff, I had to show my mom the evidence the other day. My mom was like, what? Because I was telling her about it and she hasn't seen anything like that. I showed her it, how it popped up in a few of my videos. Doesn't pop up every time. And my mom was like, how is this possible? And I was like, supernatural exists. Let's just say that. These things are real. So let's clarify the Six of Swords. But of course, I run them. Because those are spirits that are trying to inhabit your body. All of that channeling and all of that, that's inviting a spirit into you. I don't channel. All of this stuff is from my own abilities, my own talent. Whenever it is that these orbs pop up, I always run them because I know what they are. They're trying to walk into me, right? And I'm actually writing a book talking about that as well, so that and I've never seen a book anything like that in the world. I'm talking about like a spiritual grimoire book. Never seen anything like that before in the world. This book right here, if you're into like magic and stuff like this, if you're into that type of stuff, right? Spirituality as far as magic and conducting your own witchcraft and all of that, this is the book for you, essentially. So let's clarify the Six of Swords, like I said. So you have the Nine of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and then you, Aquarius, have the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and then you also have the King of Wands, to clarify the Six of Swords for you, Aquarius. So the Nine of Wands, like I said before, which you already have, right? The Nine of Wands, I've already talked about this, that like, and then you have the Queen of Swords to clarify the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords, right, speaks about how you'll have individuals that you don't want to try to attach to you still try their way to attach to you, Aquarius, even though you don't want them around you. So they'll still try to like reach out and see how you're doing and see if you're able to talk, but you don't want to be with them. And the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the King of Wands here for you, Aquarius, is also about how, because again, you know, you have too many things to do in a day. Some of you, Aquarius, may already have a significant other. Why go behind the other person's back? Why create unnecessary stuff? And then not only that too, but life goes on. Like I said before, you know, when you have things to do, you know, I talk about a love a lot because it comes up in the reading, you know, so I have to talk about what it is that it is that I see. But at the same time, you know, is love a huge part of my life? Yeah, no. You know, as far as romantically, no, not really. I have things to do. You know, is it a part of my life? Yeah. Is it a large part of my life? Not necessarily. No. You know, I just have a lot of experience to draw from. But is it a large portion of my life? No. And you, Aquarius, again, single or not single, you know, your life is pretty great. Your life is essentially neat. Your life is making sense. And so whom this person is, right, or whom this person is thinking that basically they can just walk into your life, or maybe it's a situation, maybe it's not necessarily a person, whom this person is or what the situation is. Again, personally, you, Aquarius, are essentially kind of at the beginning of another journey, in the sense that what it is that you decided to do, you have to understand that it takes diligence. You know, my base of subscribers and people who watch my videos didn't come easy. I had to stay consistent. I had to make videos almost every day for me to get to this point. And so, you know, before things started really kind of, you know, getting to a point where people know about me. And so that's with anything big that you're trying to accomplish. And so the situation is that the Eight of Pentacles and the King of Wands, you know, you have these things that will sidetrack you. And, you know, this is one of those things that you, Aquarius, have to understand, that, you know, don't allow this person or thing or situation to sidetrack you. Whatever it is that you want to do, go ahead and get started with it now, immediately, if you haven't already. And continue to stay diligent, because, you know, love is not a distraction. Love is very good, but when it comes to, it can be a distraction. You know what I'm saying? It can be. I'm not gonna say it is inherently, but it can be, because, you know, when you looking for it sometimes, and all you find is goofy individuals who are just like not ready and they're dysfunctional, right? See, this is another thing too, right? To kind of prove my point, right? So to bring this thing home for y'all, right? So this Malkuth, right? This is the Kabbalah. This is basically how one aspect of the universe is laid out, right? This is like the fabric of the universe. The Malkuth is the earth. It's the place of manifestation, right? It is the main station for manifestation. The earth is. That's why things manifest down here on the earth. Now, the earth is considered the bride, right? The bride to be. But you want to raise the bride up to Saturn, or, right, Bina, right? Once you get it here, you raise the bride up. That's when it's the queen, king, matrimony, right? So it's the fiance, bride to be, husband to be, married, right? Why, what significance is this? This bride to be is when a person on either side, regardless of who they are or what they're into, is wrapped up in materialism, caught in materialism, distracted by materialism. You want to raise it from here, of course, through all of this, to here. Now you've reached divinity once you reach here. And then what happens is that you get wisdom. And then this is the Most High with the Shekinah up here, right? Joining together. The Shekinah is here, but this is the Most High here. And like I said, this is the holy matrimony, right? The two of y'all in union. Why is that important? It's important because what I'm trying to show you here is the fact that what's going on with you, Aquarius, is that love can be a distraction, because when it's not real, people use love as a way to waste other people's time away from them, right? Take their time away from them without them really noticing, right? Without them really noticing it. So they won't get on their grind earlier, right? I wasted a lot of my time doing that goofy stuff because I was going to go into the, into the forces, didn't do that. Person asked me not to go, asked me not to go. I said, okay, cool, for love. Boom, went back to the same old dysfunctional nonsense, right? Not only that, what I realized was, my dear Aquarius, is that every single time that I wanted to let it slip, it's not love that I'm letting slip. I'm walking away from dysfunctional people. They gotta convince me to play the game, give them attention. And it's like, what is this attention seeking? What are we doing right now? You can't survive off of attention. You can't eat attention. If you go 24 hours with nothing but attention and all you get is water to drink, your stomach gonna be growling. Like, you can't live off of attention like that. You dig what I'm saying? And so the situation with that is that, and so a lot of you understand the value of time and the value of not wasting, your life trying to give other people power by giving them attention. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel 200K. We're at 29,393 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever it is that I drop my videos. Oh, and if you want to come through and get a personal reading, the link to that is in the comment section below. Call the Linktree link.